Alright, let's jump right into the creative activities. This time I have not one, not two, but three, the numbers back, three activities to allow us to play around and create character. Now keep in mind, you don't have to have all the activities follow on from each other, even though they are structured in such a way that you can create a character and then continue on with the activities. You can do them in any order you want and you can have them be entirely new creations, whatever makes you comfortable and gets your creative juices flowing. Activity 1. Your face rings a bell. Look around your house, or go outside for a walk, or turn to the internet again, and find a picture of either an object or an animal or even a landscape and use that as a reference point. Then, using that picture and having it in front of you, try and turn that piece of inspiration into a human character. Try and transfer the essence of what was interesting about that picture into a personality and a person. For example, let's say you choose a pair of scissors. I think the human version of a pair of scissors might be someone very tall with very angular features who moves in sharp, quick motions, and she's definitely a fashion designer. And she has very short, close cropped hair. I think she probably dresses in a lot of silver with red accents, and she lives by herself. But she has a sister that she doesn't always talk with. You could say she's a little cut off from her family. Now, your characters don't need to be as obvious puns as all that, but it's something to think about. Activity 2. This is our hero. Take your character and place them in a brief scene. Let's say they're at lunch. You'll have to answer a few questions about this first. Are they alone? With family? Friends? A date? Is this a business lunch? Then have something big happen. A breakup, a proposal, a huge family argument, being fired, an earthquake, a robbery, being mistaken for a criminal. Don't have all of that happen at once, but pick one of those options or make up one of your own. And then just go with it. There's no rules here. Try and feel your way through how your character might react. If this is a predetermined character, you might already have some idea. But sometimes how a character reacts in the middle of the writing might surprise you. If you discover something you really like, be sure to write it down. Activity 3. Quick, give me a simile. A while back, a friend of mine texted me saying, "Quick, give me a simile." A character that she had been writing had just become very, very large, and she wanted to describe his hands, and her initial reaction was to say they were as big as football fields. But as she explained to me, that didn't really make sense because the character had never played sports in his entire life. I had never actually really thought about that. I tended to just use similes as they arrived, and it never really occurred to me to tailor a simile to a character. But that's exactly what you're going to do. Take your character, and now knowing a bit more about them, try and choose some similes about how bright they are, or how quick they are, or how long their hair is, and try and find a simile that fits their aesthetic and the kind of person they are. In my friend's case, the character she was writing was a criminal, and because she had said not to use sports metaphors, my first reaction was to go tennis court, Olympic swimming pool. No, that's all sports related, none of that works. And after a while, I suddenly struck on hands as long as his criminal record. It really makes a nice cohesive set of images for your particular character, especially if you have a few very distinct characters and you apply certain recurring symbols or similes or images to each of them. Well guys, that's it for this video. I know it was a bit longer and a lot fuller than my usual ones, but character creation is such a fascinating topic, not just for a writer, but for an actor and for a reader and an artist, and there's still so much ground that's been left uncovered. I really hope you guys do the activities, and more than that, I hope whatever you come up with, you share it with me down there in the comments, and maybe you will go forward to write the next great play or book. If you do, remember me. Bye.